Hey everyone, it's Krista from Colorado Custom Lures. Just gonna do a little demonstration on how to use candy colors on a holographic bait. It'll work similar on a transparent bait as it does on a holographic bait. You just basically want the paint to show through the finish underneath. So this is a holographic bait and I'm gonna make a craw out of this, but I'm gonna start off with the candy blood red. And I already have a transparent base on this. So this is just a Wicked Colors transparent base. So I sprayed a thin coat of this on top of this so that the paint will stick better. So what you want to do with your compressor before you start is you want to make sure that you turn your pressure way down. So I'll get mine down to about 10 or less, somewhere between 5 and 10 psi. And then you want to make sure you have good trigger control with this so that you can spray a lot of air and just a little bit of paint, because this is almost like a dye. It's liquid. It's not really thick like a paint. It's more like a dye. So you have to be really careful how much you spray. So I always spray away from my bait before I start spraying on it, just to make sure that the paint's coming out nice and smooth. And then I'm gonna crank the air up and just pull back on the paint just ever so slightly. And then I'm gonna fan it across the bait just really, really carefully. So I have my air all the way down and very, very light pressure. So I'm just doing a really, really thin layer on there. And then I'm gonna turn it over and I'm gonna do the other side. And I'll just keep doing more and more thin layers of these, making sure that they're drying in between before I move on to the second layer, because what can happen is you can get pooling and you'll get beading of the dye if you put it on too thick. And one good thing about using a lot of air here is, in a sense, it kind of dries the paint as you spray, so you can kind of go over it a few times and it'll dry as it goes until you get to the desired color that you're looking for. This isn't dark enough for me, so I'll just keep going until I get the color I'm looking for. But you want to make sure that you don't cover so much that you don't see the holographic finish underneath, because the shiny look is really what you're going for on these. But I'll do a little more here so you can kind of see what this looks like once you get done. And then sadly, I will be covering this with a cross stencil. Makes me a little bit hurt inside when I have to cover these holographic baits with a cross stencil, because I like to see it exposed better. But people really like how shiny these are as craws with the shiny red finish. So you do go through a fair amount of paint with these, and I think I'm at the end here of my bucket, so I'll just show you what I have. But and these are pretty expensive. If you go to Hobby Lobby, this is a $9 2-ounce paint. It does last a while, but they are a little bit pricey. So, and I just spilled it everywhere somehow, so it will stain your fingers really bad too, because it is like a dye basically. So that'll probably be really hard to get off. So you might want to use gloves with it, and that's just another tip. So don't do what I did. So you'll see that you can see the holographic finish underneath. And my lighting's not great. My next round of videos coming up here in the future, when I have my new shop going, will be much better lighting, so you can kind of see the reflective finish underneath. So just a couple little tips. Check us out at coloradocustomlures.com and on Facebook at Colorado Custom Lures. Thanks for watching, everyone, and please tune back in and subscribe. Thank you.